Thanks, Ryan, for agreeing to do the interview with us today.
No problem.
I'll get started. Question one, what's the name of your business and where are you located?
So we're called Functional For Life, mobile personal training, and we're located in Melbourne, Sydney, and Adelaide.
Right. And the size of your business?
So at the moment, we're running about 300 sessions a week across those three states, and obviously growing and hoping to grow more over the next couple of years as well.
Great. How many trainers do you have with you at the moment?
I've got a team of 30. We've just brought on a few more as well. So it's up around now 35 actually, after we get the new guys up and running.
Right. And what's the main focus of your business? What type of training are you doing with your clients?
So look, we have three focuses as a business. Now, first of all, the focus is with our actual trainers is trying to educate our trainers and increase the standards of the personal training industry in general in Australia. So through educating our trainers, obviously we're hoping that enhances our customer experience as well, because they're working with obviously a more experienced trainer and getting more value out of that with their training programs. The second side of it is providing a convenient service to our clients. And we do this through our mobile training, obviously coming to them in home or a local park or apartment gym, whatever works for them at whatever time is good for them. And again, just making sure all of our training is highly personalized. So we don't do any generic programming whatsoever. And then the last part of our business is providing a valuable service to our trainers. I'm a trainer. So when we started this, that was one of our core focuses through providing clients to our trainers. We assist them with the administration. We're trying to bring in value adds as well, like providing online classes that all of our clients get access to, which is obviously a benefit to the trainer. To be able to provide that additional kind of support mechanism and service for their clients. And like I said, give them ongoing education and just general, business support. They can meet with myself or my brother, my business partner, our business partner in Sydney at any time. We can help them with any, issues that they're having with their clients or just how to run their business in general. We can offer that support. And then we do like education days and things like that and team catch-ups as well. So that's kind of the three components of our business in general.
Awesome. So you mentioned the personalization side of things. Does that start with an assessment process when you're initially training your clients?
Yeah, correct. So, and that was, one of the things that attracted us to goXpro. We'd built out our own assessment process, and that was done through like a type form. So our trainers would evaluate and then write in the information based on that. But that is quite obviously complex for a new trainer coming in, because there's a bit of guesswork there for them. So yeah, there's an evaluation process, and then we go obviously onto the programming from there based on the findings in their evaluation.
Right. Awesome. And you're located in Sydney, Melbourne, and Adelaide. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So we're located in those three cities, and we're hoping to expand to both Brisbane and Canberra this year.
Okay, great.
Expand further. Hopefully we'll be in all the major states, by the end of 2023.
Well, that's great. That was actually my next question, which is where would you like to take the business over the next 2 to 3 years? So obviously sort of ruling Australia.
yeah, trying to. And I mean, we'd love to look at international expansion as well, but I guess the big focus for us, especially over the next 3 months, is we're a pretty young business and probably pretty trainer focused. And now it's about just really systemizing and polishing the business to the best of our ability over the next sort of 3 months, and just make sure we've got everything watertight. Then we'll focus on kind of growing from there. And that's where we'll start entering into Brisbane, Canberra. And then hopefully we can get to Perth the next year, and then perhaps look at, some international stuff as well.
Awesome. So obviously you see then software as a crucial part of growing your business, the right software that is.
Yeah, 100%. I think, in the fitness industry, if you don't have good software behind you, especially in today's kind of generation, you're going to struggle. You can't run through Excel spreadsheets anymore. You need to have, good software and good systems behind your business in general.
Right. And obviously you're not new to software. So which platforms were you using to run your business before deciding to come across the goXpro?
So we actually used, quite a few systems we've kind of sifted through, to be honest. So I'll get the list out. So we've done My PT Hub was one, PT Minder, Team Builder, Mind Body, and Trainerize. So we've gone through quite a few systems, right, and trying to kind of search for the right one. The most recent was a combination of Mind Body and Trainerize.
Okay, and that's been working sort of okay for you, but yeah.
It's been working okay.
Yeah.
It's been working, okay, workable to a point. Obviously, using two softwares like that is not ideal from a finance perspective by any means, for one. But also, just both had different features. So trainers were having to work across two different systems, and it's created quite a bit of administration and hard work for our team. So that's why, obviously, when we went over goXpro and saw some of the features there, we were keen to make the move.
Yeah, great. So that was my next question as well. You keep leading me into my next questions, which is good. So why did you actually decide to switch to goXpro from obviously MindBody and Trainerize?
Yeah, for me, probably the big selling point at the start was that evaluation process. Like I talked about before, we want to try and provide a really high quality service to our clients and increase the standards of our trainers in general. Now, we had the evaluation process, like I said, on a type form, and then we were trying to provide that education to our trainers in what they're looking for and what certain dysfunctions might mean in areas that they need to correct. But that involved obviously having to train them up in those particular areas, which means that it can be a 3 to 6 month process, teaching your trainers how to evaluate those things correctly and then program correctly for those things. Now, through goXpro, you've got your set test there, and it instantly gives you the outcomes for people's dysfunction. And I think that kind of takes a trainer from a beginner that doesn't maybe have a huge scope on how to work with clients with injuries, and suddenly they're seemingly quite an experienced trainer because they've got the answers there. They know what areas are weak or what areas they might need to address that are tight, etc., and they can program around that. So that was a really big starting point for me, and selling point for me was that evaluation process could kind of automate and teach our trainers at the same time how to work with clients that have dysfunction, because most people these days with the sedentary lifestyle that a lot of us live have some form of dysfunction. So that was a big one. And then when we went into the programming side of things, the programming software in general was a lot simpler to use than Trainerize. Trainerize is actually quite difficult to import and clunky to import your workouts and put your workouts together. goXpro makes it a much faster job. I'd say programs that used to take me an hour, I can do in like 10 minutes on goXpro. So that was another point which was quite attractive. And then obviously through working with you guys, we've come up with another few things that can really help our business from an administration perspective as well. So there was quite a few, big selling points there.
Fantastic. That's great. When you did initially switch over, were you or any of your team a little bit sort of worried about coming across? Was there any sort of concerns about switching?
For sure. I mean, my brother and I, whenever we do a system change, we'll generally argue for a week or two before we make the change. So, in this case, though, once obviously you, Jason, took us through the system, I'd seen it on my end, and I could see how beneficial that was going to be for our business. And then when Justin had a look too, he could see the value in it as well. So we put a lot of work into Trainerize, and I guess that's the main thing. When you've put 50, 60 hours of work into something, to then quite soon after that go, okay, there's something better out there and we need to make that change. It's not easy to do, but with the long-term vision in mind, I could see that goXpro was going to be a better platform for us moving forward. And I think it'll have better uptake from our trainers, which in turn will have better uptake from our clients as well. So I felt that it was definitely the right move, but naturally there's always going to be a bit of hesitation.
Sure. So the main pain points that you find that goXpro is solving for you, could you sort of summarize that into maybe 3 main pain points?
Yeah, cool. So client assessments, having that, all in one area and it all be automated is fantastic. Along with obviously the chat at the start, like the medical chat, to have that in there as well is great, just all in the one area. Payment tracking is much better than what we've been using. We can, see exactly if clients have paid or not. And our trainers can see that as well. We didn't have that visibility before for our trainers, which is great. So we can kind of work more as a team to keep on top of payments with our clients. Obviously the team itself has been really valuable to help us with some customizations as well, and a lot of meetings, which I appreciate on your end, Jason. And then, I just think it delivers higher value to our customers at the end of the day. Once we've got this thing integrated properly into our business, I think a lot of customers are going to be using it, especially as you guys add in more and more perks.
Yeah, awesome. So your dealings with goXpro with the staff, obviously, as you've just said, they've been good.
Yeah, honestly, yes. Unbelievable, and very much exceeded my expectations. To be honest, it's the best kind of process I've had dealing with anyone in my business so far. You guys have been really helpful with suggestions and helping troubleshoot a lot of things on our end, which I really appreciate. And when I've worked with other software companies, that just hasn't been the case. There hasn't been that easy support there. So no, it's been a really good onboarding process, and looking forward to what we can do in the future.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks. And I guess one of the final questions is, do you see other fitness business or PT studios making the same move that you guys have made across the goXpro?
Yeah, I think there's a massive opportunity for fitness businesses and studios to, integrate this software. And I've literally spoken to my brother about that over the last few weeks. And that's why we want to try and personalize it as much as we can, because to be able to have that assessment process and really hone in on individuals. I think in future, we'll see a big movement for a lot of people from group classes and generic programming to realizing that they need a bit more tailored programming, a bit more personalized programming. I think that's kind of the future of personal training. So goXpro kind of gives all of that foundational tools, I guess, to achieve that. And then also the tools that you need to run your business through there as well. So I think there's a massive opportunity compared to some of the softwares that studios are using at the moment, which we've been using as well. I think goXpro is significantly better, and I think there will definitely be a shift the more they can view the software.
Oh, that's great. So you're sort of seeing that a lot of the trainers are trying to create that point of difference for themselves in the market, because they're also competing, I guess, against generic software. Like I could go and train with Chris Hemsworth's app for $10 a month and train like Thor. But he
100%, yeah. I think that is the PT industry in general. If you look at how many PTs are in this industry, and maybe that's something that we try and educate our trainers on, is you need to have a point of difference. You need to try and be the best, because there are so many PTs that are getting qualified every single year. And if you're not constantly improving, constantly educating yourself and becoming the best trainer you can be, how do you compete with these other guys? Well, for most people, it's just price, and suddenly they drop their prices to an unsustainable kind of long-term amount. And then we see people exit the industry. The industry. I think this is ideal for any trainer coming in and wanting to be able to provide that personalized service. Then they have the software with goXpro to do that. And I think clients are going to start moving better and get stronger and better results out of using software like this in comparison to some of those other things that are out there.
It also speaks to them actually starting out in the industry, as a franchisee under Functional For Life, for example, because they're going to gain that extra skill set that possibly they didn't get through their certification in personal training. They're going to upskill, I guess.
Yeah, 100%. You guys, have the library, which I was even flicking through yesterday, and that alone, there's some really good upskilling advice just through there, and working with people with injuries. I think the more that can be built out as well, it's kind of like their education portal as well. I think it really provides a lot of value from that perspective, for sure.
Awesome. Listen, Ryan, it's been great talking to you. I really appreciate you taking the time to sit down and take us through your experience with goXpro and where you see it going and helping your business in the future. Once again, thanks very much for your time, and I look forward to seeing big things from you guys.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.